be able to hear me. Maybe you'll be able to hear me now. Okay, can you hear me now? Oh boy. Let's start over. So here's the deal. I am curious, do you people in California, out of California, believe that California is lost? Do you believe that we as a people can unite and actually get people elected, citizens elected into government that will do the people's work, and not the large power brokers and elitists that are bred up and put into those positions? I want to know from each one of you because this is important. My name is Erin Cruz, and today we are not coming to you from the Erin Cruz Show. We are taking over the stream, and we are in fact talking about, I think it is Restoring America Now Action Fund. I started a nonprofit and I started a political action group that is in the middle of formation. We've been working on recalls of 7 statewide officials. That's Javier Becerra, Gavin Newsom, Alex Padilla, Fiona Ma, all the way down to the insurance commissioner. People who have been in office for a very long time, taking this state down the drain, and they're the very reason our state is in the position it's in. I'm fed up. I'm a mother. I'm a wife of, and a widow. I mean, I'm a patriot here in California, and I am fed up. I'm also fed up of those people who have been involved in politics for a very, very long time and have been failing the people. The people have been continually funding different initiatives, different outreaches, different programs, and what have they seen in returns? What has California seen in returns? I am supportive of the California Republican Party. I am a Republican. We need to do better for the people. We need to unite and do better for the people and work together to get work done. But here's the deal, folks. You know what I'm seeing? Oh, great. Woman mystify me too, says you sound great now, so I'm glad we saw that glitch. They're glitching us any chance they can, but we were able to fix it. But here's the deal. The folks that are out there, the people who are in politics right now, who are in California, they're embedded. They're cronies. They have their people who are going to support only their people and their interests and their group. What happened to the unity, the power in numbers, and the party platform? We have to get back to unification. And here's the deal. Back in November, when the elections happened, and Gavin Newsom, I mean, the vote was incredible. I mean, there was so much corruption. The motor voter roll, you know, the ballot rolls are now being cleaned. What, over 2 million people have now in total been discovered to be fraudulently registered, and on our voter rolls, they're being pulled off the voter rolls. Well, what happened in that election? Did those people vote? Audits are going to happen, folks. It will take time to know. Can we get that back? Can we get that time back? Can we get that vote nullified? Certainly, I don't know that that's going to be practical. But what I can tell you is when I saw firsthand with many other patriots right alongside me, regular folks, I saw we need a solution. And I have to tell you, we as the people of the state of California have a solution. And we have an obligation and responsibility as citizens of this great state to take action when action is due. So what does that mean? Well, in November, we started looking at the recall process for 7 statewide officials, offices, elected offices that we saw were completely ran across these counties, 58 counties. Counties that, like Orange County, for example, had a blue slaughter, okay? Red counties, blue slaughter. Numbers don't add up. Issues are there. They've done some recalls. Great. Here's the deal, though, folks. We saw these statewide officials take office, and now we have seen over the last 3 months these people just etch away at everything that I mean, we were barely surviving here in California, and now they are etching away every chance they can to infringe upon our liberties. And when I say infringe upon our liberties, anytime the government takes money from you and spends it on whatever it is that they believe they can spend it on, and something that you don't necessarily agree with, tax and spend passing tax provisions without the tax vote going to the people and the people deciding, they are taking away your liberties, your monies, and spending it on whatever they so choose. I believe that's a complete misoverstep of government. So here's the deal, folks. Back in November, we were looking at the recall process. In December, we were looking at the timelines and how we would go about launching Restoring America Now and RAN Action Fund, and how all that had to go together so we could recall these 7 statewide officials. In January, once they finally took office, is when we moved forward to start the intent to petition process for the recalls of these 7 statewide corrupt, socialist, progressive politicians who are completely abusing their power. It has been a process. We've had to be working with the Secretary of State. Now we are in fact at the public posting stage, and then we will move to submitting our documents to the Secretary of State for approval, the petitions, so that way we can disseminate them and send them out to the people. In the meantime, there have been individuals, embedded folks within whatever party you might call it, who have now decided to poll to see whether or not should we even recall this guy? Do people in California like him? Let's raise money, and then let's do a poll and see if that will work. Well, guess what? These people came back about that poll, and they said, it's not worth it, really. There's just not enough support to recall these people. Well, you know what, folks? I am not about asking just the Republicans or just the Democrats or just the independents about this situation. Californians throughout this state, doesn't matter their party lines, are having a great big problem with what these individuals like Javier Becerra, Alex Padilla, the Secretary of State, and Gavin Newsom are doing in abusing their power. Okay? And if you just want to look at the death penalty alone, the support, the overwhelming support by all groups against what Gavin Newsom has done is strong. We didn't hesitate. We didn't hesitate back in November looking at the recalls. We didn't hesitate looking at it in December for the recalls. As a matter of fact, we moved full force forward in January and February, and now we are in March, and we're getting to the end stages, in support of the people who have come to us and said, we have to do something. Erin, can you help? That's what we're doing. And it is interesting to me because I hear everything from all angles, from all groups, from all parties, all persons here in California. It was interesting to me that people were angry about this poll that went out, and that this group was not interested in recalling because there wasn't enough support. I want to ask you, ladies and gentlemen, do you do something because there is enough support? Or do you do something because it's the right thing to do? I believe that right now we are at a crossroads of liberty and freedom and tyranny. Those socialist, progressive communists who will tax at every turn and steal our liberties and take away our freedoms. And as Gavin Newsom put it, California is leading the way. Where? To communism. Full-fledged communism. Folks, this is not a scare tactic, but this is a reality and wake-up call, please. Please hear what I'm trying to convey to you. These individuals who've decided then that the recall wasn't worth enough because there wasn't enough support got a lot of pushback, and now they want to maybe move forward, they've said, on a recall. I don't know about you, but I don't want people hesitating about what's right and what's wrong, what's good and what's prudent, what the people's will and rights are and what they are not. This is why we have started RAN Action Fund, and we have started leading in the charge for the recall of Gavin Newsom, Javier Becerra, Alex Padilla, Fiona Ma, Betty Yee, Ricardo Lara, and Eleni. We must take the stand. We must stand united. And the other thing was, I had pushback from somebody who actually was employed by or works with this other person, and they said, oh, wow, 7 recalls? You can't do that. That's too much. You know what? No, actually, I can't do that. I can prepare it. I can do the footwork. I can do all of the things necessary to get the people set up. And then you know what? It's the people who want to see these communist, progressive thugocrats in Sacramento be removed who are going to help make this happen. It's a nonpartisan issue. Right now, we have communism and socialism against liberty and freedom. I would like for you to take a look and ask yourself, which do you stand with? Communist, progressive, socialism, or liberty and freedom? We are leading the charge in the recall for these 7 statewide officials because we believe it is a right thing to do. It's in support of the people. It is in support of everything that the Californians need to be able to take their state back and do the right thing. We are going to need a lot of support across party lines, and particularly conservatives and Republicans and liberty lovers, independent, American Independent Party, and others who believe that this is the right thing to do to lead the charge. Please go to ranaf.org. That is ranaf.org. Sign up to volunteer. Sign up to donate. $5, $10. We need 2 million signatures. We actually need 1.5 million, but with the failure rate of LA County, we're looking at 2 million signatures for these ballot initiatives, each one. We have 4.4 million people who voted for President Donald Trump in California alone in 2016. And I believe that alongside of the no-party preference groups and independents and other Democrats who don't associate with the socialist, Marxist, communist left, they'll be on board as well. This has to be an American issue, a unity issue, a repeal and a recall of those people who are overstepping their bounds. So speak truth, share unity, and let everybody you know that we won't stop. If the Secretary of State kicks this, it won't be, oh no, they renamed it, and then just let it go and not run it again. It will be, we will do it again and again and again and again until we get these corrupt politicians, these globalist, anti-national security individuals out of office. We must restore order to our state. And the only way to do so is to unite as Californians, as United States citizens, to get this done. So please get involved. Go to ranaf.org. Share it with everybody. It's just now launching. Next week, we're going to have a full-blown website for all of you. Everything is going to be on there for you to download petitions when they come back from the Secretary of State. Everything is going to be automated, big instruction packets, so you have everything you need to do to activate in your community. We will have volunteers that will go to your community and train. Pending funding, we'll make sure to have support. People out there collecting signatures alongside of volunteers. This is going to be a big movement, and it's going to be a movement of the people. I just want to encourage each one of you to share truth, to stop listening to those people who have been driving California into the ground for decades, and start looking and listening to your heart and looking to what is right for you and your family. Because I don't know about you, I don't want to leave the state of California, and I don't know about you, but I see that this issue is spreading across the United States, and it is up to us to take a stand. It is up to us to lead the charge. for liberty and freedom's sake. I want to thank each one of you for joining me today on this scope and this outreach. Please share. Please share this with everybody you know and let them know that liberty and freedom is alive and well in the state of California. God bless each one of you. Have a good night.